What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys what is possibly one of the best glitches I have ever seen in Fallout 4, in terms of fun anyway, and it basically enables you to almost create your own styled weapons. Now granted, it is a little bit limited and I'll discuss that in the video as well, but this glitch is awesome and it's very similar to a mod that's available on the Xbox One and the PC known as Any Mod Any Weapon. A lot of you guys out there may have seen me streaming this mod before. It's a lot of fun to actually mess around with. I was creating crazy stuff like automatic MIRV launchers, miniguns that would shoot fat mans, you'd have like crazy Thor styled hammer weapons and stuff like that, and it was a lot of fun to do, and you can essentially do the same thing now but in the form of a glitch. So you don't need any mods to do this, you can do this right now on the PlayStation 4, and the gameplay that you guys are seeing in the background is actually me doing this on the PlayStation 4 as well, and I end up making a MIRV launcher merge between the Overseer's Guardian. So you can just imagine how crazy and overboard this weapon really is. Now I do want to give credit to a good buddy of mine known as Hey I'm Star-Lord. He is pretty much how I found out about this, so you can check out his channel as well as the OG Founders channel in the description below. And how this works is you want to go ahead and go to any nearby weapons workbench. Once you're in there, you then want to choose the two weapons that you want to do this on. So for my case, I'm going to be using the Fat Man launcher as well as the Overseer's Guardian. Now essentially this works basically in a way where you're going to be taking the mod off one of those weapons and applying it on to the other weapon that you cannot normally apply it to. So for instance, I'm going to be taking the modification of the Fat Man being the MIRV launcher and applying that to the Overseer's Guardian. Now to do this properly, you want to make sure that both of those weapons are next to each other in the weapon workbench list. So to do this, the best way is to pretty much either rename the weapon to a dot or a dash or something, or another way that I like to do, and Star-Lord pretty much pointed this out as well, is you can name the first weapon 0, and that will pretty much bring it to the top of the weapon workbench list, and then you can name the second weapon, being the Overseer's Guardian for me, number 1, and that will put it just below number 0, but again at the very top of the list, meaning now they are both next to each other, which is absolutely essential for this glitch to work. Now the weapon you're going to be taking the mod off has to be above. That is one thing you need to keep in mind. So again, I'm taking the mod off the Fat Man, so the Fat Man needs to be above the Overseer's Guardian for me. Just bear that in mind when doing this with different types of weapons. Anyway, once both of those weapons are together, simply back out of the weapons workbench and make a quick save, or just any type of save, because this can go wrong. You can end up scrapping your weapon, and if it does go wrong, you can simply go ahead and load back the quick save and try it again. So just make sure that you do that as well just beforehand. Once you've made these saves, simply enter the weapons workbench again, and here is where the glitch comes into play. So you need to pay good attention here guys, and how this works is you want to go ahead and hover over the very first weapon at the very top. For me again, this is going to be the Fat Man. Once you're hovering over it, there is two options that you really want to focus on here, and that is the scrap option and the modify option. Now for me on the PlayStation 4, scrap is going to be square and modify is going to be X. So on the Xbox One, that would be scrap being X and modify being A. Just whatever button combination they are, bear that in mind because you need to press both of those pretty much at the same time. You want to press the scrap button literally a millisecond before you press modify, like literally a millisecond, so it's almost at the same time. And essentially when you do this, it's going to glitch out exactly as you see from the gameplay in the background. Now again, granted it can go wrong sometimes, it can just instantly scrap the weapon, but if you press square and X at the same time on the PlayStation 4, again being scrap and modify at the same time, what should happen if you do it correctly and perfectly is you'll get put onto this very weird screen. It will basically tell you to scrap the weapon, and the background will look very weird as well, and all you need to do at this point is press X or accept the scrap option. Once you've done that, go ahead and press right on the D-pad, and you'll now notice that you can actually modify the MIRV launcher or whichever upgrade that was on the other weapon that you just scrapped onto the weapon below it. So again for me, I can now add a MIRV launcher onto an Overseer's Guardian. And that is exactly how it works guys. It's a little bit hard to explain, but I'm pretty sure you get the hang of it from the gameplay. It's just a matter of pressing scrap and modify at the exact same time to glitch out the game in a specific way to be able to do this. So it's just about timing. Again, if you do get it wrong, simply load up from the save, try again, and it will eventually work for you. What's really cool about this is that you can still modify the weapon in different ways around the crazy modification that you've already got on the weapon. And just to show you guys, this does work perfectly. When I back out and even go to inspect the weapon, you can see that it does have the modification on it, which is just crazy. And you can see here as well, it does work like intended to. Like, this thing literally is a merge of the Overseer's Guardian, an automatic version that literally shoots out 2 MIRVs at the same time while spraying a dozen of them. So I mean, it's a little bit overboard, the weapon that I made, but it's all in good fun, and it's just a really cool glitch to actually do. Now, it is very limited. Like, you do really have to test out what works perfectly with this. I tested out a lot of different weapons. A lot of the time they don't work. Again, it's just a matter of finding a weapon with a specific mod that can attach to another weapon, and that can be very tricky to find out. So what I may do is a top 5 weapons to make using this glitch, and let me know if you guys want to see that by leaving a like down below. And I'll get around to doing that. I'll try and get it out ASAP for you guys, because again, this can be a little bit tricky, and trying to find out which kind of weapons you can do this with can also be very tricky as well there. But it's awesome. Go ahead and experiment. Let me know what you come up with in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful today. Your support, of course, is greatly appreciated on the channel. Subscribe if you guys are new around, and I'll catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.